Welcome to Samidagawa, and we have found this really cool view in front of the river Samidagawa. And then it's amazing. Like I just get, every time I come outside and see the sky tree now, I'm just like,
yeah. I'll come home late in the evening and I will see the poo, and the poo doesn't surprise me anymore because I can see it outside my window every day. But when I go to the other side of the building to go into the front door, I'm just standing there looking at the sky tree going, I'm home? Oh, this is apparently home. That's unbelievable.
And it's springtime now, so it's really nice. So I'm excited to get to shoot these things outside a little more often when we have the opportunity.
Instead of on the couch. The couch is really...
I mean, the couch is okay, but the beige wall is not quite the same view.
I think the beige is better than the couch. The couch is looking a bit rough.
The couch needs a bath, for sure.
Couch needs a bath. Couch needs a fire. I'm not really sure what we're going to do about the couch.
So this discussion video is about the first Nagasaki city video that would be on the channel that we would have put up maybe a couple weeks ago at this point. And we just watched the video. We just went through it on a tablet here out here in the sunshine, and I have trouble with discussing the background on this video a little bit because I don't feel like there were many holes in it. And I think
no, like when we watch it, I sit there and I just ask myself, what don't you know? What didn't come across from what we said, or what did we not share at that time?
But I feel like we were very thorough in what had happened during that. And one of the things that I think is kind of unclear in the video is that you were back to work.
Yes.
So at that point, I don't remember exactly the holiday that you had. You were working during the time we were in Nagasaki City, and it had been timed like that so that when we were traveling around the prefecture before on the car trip,
because that was a 3-day weekend.
Yeah, that's what it was. You weren't going to be working during that time.
So the actual Ken video is done like 24 hours a day. So that's 3 full days that we get to do that shoot. But for Nagasaki I was back on the clock, but I had changed my hours to working from 2 to 11 p.m. So
we would go out in the morning and we would film, and then you would have to find a cafe or something. And
yeah, we'd get lunch, and if you're watching me have lunch, the wheels are already turning in my head. Where do I go now? Where do I go now?
Yeah.
I have deadlines. I have things I have to do, because in the morning the deadlines and the things you need to do are all video oriented, and then once lunch hits, you go, oh crap, I got to do that other thing. So yeah, the wheels will start turning around lunchtime. With my macho man. I was staring at him, asking him where's a good cafe.
What specifically ended up happening on this day was that, actually it was 2 days. I'm not sure which one of the days this happened, but the first day we went, oh no, it was the same day. So the very first thing we did, we climbed up that hill and we got a view over Nagasaki City and went through like the video gamey looking woods and the cemetery with the turtle and all that stuff. And then we came back down the hill, and then we went and we had that weird Chinese food. Like, it was good Chinese food, but the dude that worked there was kind of strange. And then...
Are we talking about the omelet thing with the Mega Man?
No, that was the next day.
That was the next day.
Yeah. So this was the first day. The Chinese food was the... Yeah.
It was weird, man. Good
then
Chinese food.
You went to work.
Yes.
And when we had gotten to the top of the hill, when we had filmed in the morning, we had mentioned a whole lot of things that I didn't shoot, like on the way up. I didn't have shots inside the woods.
Or we got too far and we didn't realize that it wasn't going to continue.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just got out of the area and didn't realize it.
If you hadn't been working, I probably would have told you we need to walk back down and get the shots and then go back up, and it would have been fine. We would have worked it in a day. But
I didn't have to climb back up.
We had a deadline. So we went and we ate. She went and ate. She went and did her work. And
I worked at Lawson that day.
And then I went back and I climbed the entire hill a second time, which, I mean, it's not like hiking a giant mountain or anything, but I went up there by myself and got a whole bunch of these shots so that I would have context for the things that we had talked about when we were up top. So when I went back down, and there's like a video of like this orange cat, and I'm petting this orange cat. Katie actually wasn't there when I filmed that.
You all think I was holding the camera. Not holding the camera.
The camera was on a tripod.
I am the tripod.
It really is rare that we film without the other person there. Like, it does not come up very often. This was a pretty special case.
It's more a missing link type thing.
Yeah, like I had to plug in this, I didn't have to have that footage, but I knew it would be nice if I had it, and it would make the story a little better and like easier to visualize. And I had the time to go back up there, and it was a nice hike anyways. So I think that doesn't come off very clear in the video. I'm trying to think, like, do we have anything on the list that would be...
All right.
applicable?
I made a list while I watched. Top
I
thing
love your
on the
lists.
list. Top thing on the list is that my phone can't recognize my face. There we
you
go. Top thing on the list, KFC. Is it dying? Does everybody think it's dying?
So it used to be that when you would go on Christmas to get KFC in Japan, there'd be massive lines. But we noticed when we were there, they were definitely prepared for a rush, but it wasn't like I thought we were gonna have to wait like an hour or something, and then it ended up being like 10 minutes or something for a chicken.
Maybe like no. When we lived in Otsuka, our first year in Otsuka, so around like 4 or 5 years ago,
Yeah.
I went to KFC for the first time that we had KFC Christmas, and I ended up getting our dinner in about 15 minutes. So to me, it hasn't really changed in how long that takes for you to get stuff. The reason that KFC is so good about that is because of Japanese people and because of their planning and the fact that KFC will give out like little forms. They have them in the store. You go in there and you fill it out like a week before Christmas, and then you pre-order it and your food's there ready for you to pick up after work. So that's the majority of things that are happening at KFC, is people just coming and getting their food because it's already been pre-ordered. And that's why there were certain things on the menu they couldn't make for you that day, because all of it's going to that list. So then you get in the other like B line, and the B line, it could get longer than 15 minutes, but I didn't even wait that long a few years ago.
I think the way that we saw it, I didn't feel like it, aside from the fact that they had special lines and things, there was obviously a change in the normal ordering procedure. I think you could just wander in there and not even notice.
You could wander in there and not even notice. You would wonder why there were so many people just hanging around.
Yeah.
But it's a mall. You just assume people are just waiting for their friend or something.
The flip side of this is somebody commented on this video and said that they were in Osaka for Christmas this year, and they went to KFC and they said there were massive lines.
Interesting.
So it makes me wonder if it's more popular in different areas of Japan.
Yeah, that definitely could be part of it. But we read like an article that said that KFC relies on this time. This Christmas time is 1/3 of their annual intake is this holiday. And I don't remember if it was commenting on it getting worse or staying the same or getting better or whatever, but that's a massive
that's very, very important
amount of pressure on that one holiday. So I wonder, is it dying? Is it doing okay? I can tell you that the quality of what we ate tells me it's dying, because I ain't going back next year.
Really?
Yep,
they've
lost me.
Are you serious?
Yep, I'm not going back. This is the second time that I feel like KFC's bummed me out.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was all right. I think our stomachs were a little upset afterwards.
Yes, and that is why I'm not down with that.
Okay, but I thought
is that
was
behind the scenes? Did we not talk about our bad digestion of that?
Both of us felt kind of like
it was just not very good. So I don't plan on going back for Christmas next year, but Eric informed me we won't even be here for Christmas next year. So
Katie, I don't know if I mentioned it in one post on Patreon, but Katie found really cheap flight to Hawaii.
Buy one get one free almost.
Yeah.
Tickets
to
like
Hawaii. Half price flight
tickets. Holy shit, yes, let's go.
But we're gonna be there for like a month or 3 weeks or something.
A little over 3 weeks, I think.
A little over 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. We have zero
over
plan.
Christmas
we have zero
Year's.
plan aside from that. We have a flight. That's it. So that'd be cool. So, but maybe we should figure out what to do. Does anybody have any suggestions on Hawaiian Christmas stuff? Is there some sort of tie-in
Hawaiian
with that?
Christmas stuff,
That'd be
Hawaiian New
interesting to
Year's
see.
stuff, like specifically a dinner meal. I really do like the KFC. Like, you already have your dinner planned. You don't even have to think about what's going on for Christmas dinner. It used to just be, well, if you're around KFC, you go to KFC. What do we get?
I don't know, man. Maybe there's some sort of Hawaiian.
We're gonna end up at
tie-in
KFC.
stuff. It's good. I don't know if they'll be opened in Hawaii though. It'll
I'm
be
gonna
like
put the KFC in a pineapple. I'm just
then you gotta put it
mask it.
inside of a pig, and then put the pig in the ground with an apple in its
It's
mouth
like a
and roast it.
turducken type situation. I can't even mix all that.
What else is on your list?
Oh, I still have more things, yes. So, if you have any suggestions about what we should do for the holidays in Hawaii, that would be nice.
We got a long time to worry about it.
I was going to go off on a rant about museums. I wrote that I felt like I didn't have enough time at the Peace Museum, and I thought initially that's because I had to work that day. But secondarily, who's in charge of museums? Like, who is determining how much stuff you can put in a museum? Because I feel like it should really be
Limited,
or there need to be regulations. Like, if you're going to have certain number of hours for your museum. You shouldn't be able to put more content in the museum that's processable by people going into the museum than that amount of hours. Does that make sense?
Well, I mean, what if you want to have return visitors or something? So when we went in Hiroshima, when we went to the Peace Park there, we went and we expected to just be there for a few hours, and then we stayed there all day, and then we went back the second day.
Yes, and come on, people.
But we went back because it was good.
Then you need to give me a ticket. You need to give me a ticket that is applicable for all that content. If you got 2 days worth of content, I need a 2-day ticket.
That's an interesting point.
Yeah. And who's in charge of this? I need to talk to someone. If you've got a building that's only like 1 floor and has, I want to count things in tatami. It's got 6 tatami. I don't really know why that is.
Okay.
That's the only room measurement. So 6 tatami, there's not much going on there. You could probably pack in 2 hours worth of stuff into that room. And you should let people know that so they know how much time.
2 hours and 6 tatami?
I think I could do that. I could pack enough entertainment into 6 tatami room for 2 hours. You'd spend at least like 25 minutes on each wall.
A tatami is like, one of them is like this big. So like,
I will curate.
Okay, I'm very interested to see the museum that you come up with.
It's gonna be good.
So you feel like that there is too much content inside of the museum?
As is with most museums.
But I think you have such a vastly huge situation that you're trying to convey.
Yes.
That how do you choose what to put in, what not to put in when you want to try to paint a picture that's like just covers that entire subject?
It sounds rude to say, but there were definitely multiples of things and things that were not explained. Like it's just there, as opposed to it actually giving more context to the situation. Does that make sense?
I understand the feeling that you have when you go in and you just feel like it's overwhelming, the amount of content. I get that. I'm not sure I'm on board with your idea, but I'm interested to see what you come up with.
I was like, what is my idea? Is it to make museums smaller? Is it to take out the unimportant stuff? Is it to give me a ticket that's applicable for the amount of content?
Okay, so it's been a long time since we've been to both of the nuclear peace parks now in Japan, and it's been a while since we've been to the one in Hiroshima, but do you remember your feelings? Could you compare the two? Like if somebody was coming to Japan, they were going to go to one peace park, and the only thing that they had to choose on going to, the peace parks was
the quality.
Which one would you tell somebody to go to?
Hiroshima.
Why?
We're just basing it around the museum or the area.
Not the museum and the peace park, not the city though.
Okay, then Hiroshima hands down because A-dome. That's just shocking.
Because of the A-dome building is still there.
It's just, it brings horror to life.
Yeah.
It really does, and it makes you feel more like you're in the setting.
So what we're talking about is there's a building that was directly below the explosion, and it's still there because it was built out of steel and stuff, and that's in Hiroshima, and you're right, it's pretty amazing to see that. It's very iconic. And to be able to see something that's still standing and then look around and see that everything else was flattened around it is pretty...
It's very easy to just turn off all the things that are modern and really stare into the soul of the past. It gives you the ability to do that if you want to, or, that's there. Whereas in Nagasaki, I feel like it's more a memorial of now to then, as opposed to Hiroshima being a memorial of then to now. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like there's not as much history sitting in Nagasaki that's visible.
Yeah, the difference is that in Nagasaki everything was leveled. Like there weren't any buildings left, and this building that's still standing in Hiroshima was like, because it was directly underneath the blast, something about the physics, like the blast doesn't like destroy things that are straight down, you know what I mean? So and it just happened to be a strong building, so it still happens to be there. I kind of agree with you that I think that would be a better place to go, because not that Nagasaki's Peace Park was bad or anything, or that it was lackluster. It wasn't anywhere near that. It was still very striking, but I feel like in Hiroshima it felt curated a little better. And the thing that sticks with me every time I think about it is that they have those videos set up, and you could just watch people talking about their lives before, after, and during the nuclear attack.
Yeah. I would go back to that museum.
Just to sit there, and they're all subtitled in English and stuff, and you can just sit there and hear these people that they interviewed in the 80s talking about their experience, and it's just sombering. Like, it's really heavy, and I found that to be like one of the most impactful things I've ever seen ever.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this, I wish they would take that content, maybe they have, and put it on the internet. Like, if you could go to their website and just have access to that. I wonder if it's up. That'd be interesting. I should look into that. Because it would be interesting to see these people talk. I'd like to see it again. I want to see these people talking about this stuff again.
Yeah,
like their experiences.
That's a major reason why I would go back to that museum, is to see more of that footage, just raw.
Yeah,
completely raw.
It's really raw. Yeah. There's a bird situation. Some old person is feeding seagulls.
What is up with old people feeding seagulls? We got old ladies feeding cats in the neighborhood, then we got old men feeding seagulls. Guys, just stop feeding.
You got a lot of problems with everybody.
It both annoy the crap out of me. I used to live on Cap Rape Island. Now I'm gonna get shit on here.
Yeah, they do. It's going to be bird poop
and this lady's
everywhere.
just walking away. You know what? She should hang around. Hang around, see what happens.
With a hose and clean up after it.
Yeah. She needs to take care of these birds now that she is the caretaker of the birds.
It is a little annoying.
Yeah.
What else is on your list?
I think there was one more thing. We went to. We need more questions. You're gonna do the questions in a minute. We need more questions.
Yeah,
from
we're
answer.
running low on questions. So and I mean, it can be anything. Like,
it can be about us.
It really
can be
doesn't
about the videos. It could be about Japan. It could be about how we feel about your dog.
We need to see pictures of your dog.
Yeah, I'd like to judge your dog. And the last thing that I wrote is right now in Japan, sakuras are going on. So the hanami and going out.
In Tokyo, it's just about finished up.
Yeah.
That reminds me. Oh, did you go ahead?
No, go ahead.
It reminds me that the last video that I put up is the video about the sakura snacks. And as of right now, I'm not sure if it will have been resolved by the time I put this video that you're watching online, but as of the time we're filming it, there's a problem with the video where when I upload it onto our main channel, it gets these like blank frames where it blinks black. And I've deleted it and uploaded it again, and it had the same problem, but in different areas. Like the blank areas would come up in different places. And then I re-rendered it on my side to create the video file again, and then I uploaded that, and I got the same problem. So whenever I upload videos to our main channel now, they have a problem. There's like a technical issue. So I contacted YouTube, and they said they made a change and to wait 72 hours. I'm in that waiting period now, and it's still not fixed, even though it's been almost 72 hours. So I'm a little concerned about putting videos on our channel now because there's something wrong with our channel, because I took the same file and I uploaded it to my personal channel and it works fine.
I wonder if YouTube will fix it where the file gets fixed on actual YouTube, or you'll have to re-upload.
They told me not to re-upload it. He said just wait 72 hours and it should be fixed, and it's not.
Well, I hope that's the case, because then like if you take it down, then all those comments are gone and all
it's only been watched by it hasn't been put live yet. I never made it live.
Okay.
I put it on Patreon.
But what about all the comments I leave on it?
I put it on Patreon, and some of the Patreon people, of course, have seen it, but it's not like hundreds of comments or anything like that, and like all the views, there's only like 100 views or something. But yeah, like people on Patreon messaged me, like thank you, by the way. If you guys see technical problems or whatever in videos, I really want to hear about that. Like I really want to see it, because it's a major fluke or major problem. I want to fix it before it goes out to the entire world, and having another set of eyes looking at it really helps. So thank you for mentioning it. But I can't fix the problem, and I'm worried that I'm worried it's going to be affecting all of our videos. So I haven't made that video live yet, even though I was going to make it live 2 or 3 days ago to the world. But like I'm just waiting for it to get fixed. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. It's really weird. So yeah, that's where that sits right now. I don't know if anybody would notice that or had been following along. That kid's really small. He's got a phone.
Yeah. They're born with them now.
Yeah, I think so. Kid's got an iPad or iPhone. Did you have anything else on your list?
Nope, that was it.
Okay, let's hit up.
Pro tip on sakura viewing. Nighttime. We did some of that.
If you come over to this area,
Asakusa,
they put lights on them. So when you walk down the river and stuff, they're lit up and things. And actually, I have found that there are quite a few parks in the city that have got cherry blossom trees that people do not go to very often. So like when you go to Ueno Koen, it's like packed and crazy and full of people, and there is something to be said for that. That's fun. But if you want to have a peaceful moment, I found quite a few little or smaller parks. If you just look for green areas on the map that are smaller and just go there, there's almost always cherry blossom trees there.
And I think you need a mixture of both of those. I think you need hanamis that are boisterous and crazy, and I think you also need hanamis that are private and special to you and your person.
This year I really just was interested in having a private small one, but it's been fun in the past.
I felt like I had a mixture, but I don't think I did. Ours were mainly just private. So yeah, but both are really good.
Okay, let's see. Dennis asks, a question for Eric. You had made some, I love the spelling of his name. You had made some videos a couple years ago about going to punk shows in Tokyo. I think he asked this question a really long time ago, by the way. Do you still go to punk shows? Are you doing anything musically, like playing drums? I don't go to concerts that often in Japan, mostly because they're expensive.
Yes.
Even like a local show that like in America would be like $5 or $10. Like here, you'll be paying $20 for the ticket, and then you have to pay 500 yen when you get there for a drink ticket you have to they give you a ticket, then you get a drink. But I mean, that's another $5 or whatever. So it can cost you like, train fees and yada yada yada. It can cost you like $30 to go see like a local show.
Yeah.
So I do go sometimes, but it's rare now. It's maybe like once or twice a year. I kind of wish I went more, but the cost barrier is just high.
And then if you start talking about, well, he's mainly asking about punk shows, so bigger names.
Yeah, like if somebody comes to tours, like from America or something like that.
8,000 yen and up.
Yeah, like how you went with a friend and saw The Offspring. How much was that ticket? Do you remember?
8,000.
It's 8,000 yen. But then you had to buy it. Did you have to pay for a drink ticket too as well?
Yeah.
So it's like 85.
Yeah, so you get there and you have to pay 500 yen, or you can't come in.
Yeah, so I mean that's like $80 to see The Offspring.
Just work it into the ticket, guys.
Yeah.
But if I don't take your drink ticket, I can't come in?
No, I think there has something to do with the tax thing.
That makes
because they pay a higher tax on the ticket than they do on the selling the drink, and the venue wants the money from the drink ticket. I think that's what it's been explained to me. So they force you to do it that way. So as far as music stuff, I actually haven't been playing drums very much, but I started going a couple weeks ago and playing drums again. But I also recently bought a guitar, which I have been wanting to do for a very, very long time. So I bought an electric guitar, and I've played guitar since I was like 14. Actually, people tend to think of me as a drummer through this video project, but I played guitar way, way longer. I'm much better at guitar than I am at drums. So I went and I bought a used electric guitar, and I'm really happy with it. And it's been fun to start getting.
What's more incredible is the amplifier thing you have.
Oh yeah.
Let me explain it.
Okay.
So he has his guitar, and his guitar is then corded into this amplifier, and it's an actual box that sits on the table, and there's adjustable knobs on this box, but that box goes directly into his computer, and his computer has certain software that can mimic any type of amplifier that he downloads. So if he wants to play a certain type of music, like the thing that comes to mind is Smashing Pumpkins, because that's something you've been listening to lately. If he wants to play the specific tone of the amplifier that Billy Corgan used in whatever the names of titles of songs are, yeah, I do good. He can tweak that to be exactly what they were using at that time. So it's kind of fascinating. What is corded? Plugged in? You're plugged in?
Yeah. So the guitar, like you said, the guitar plugs into something called an interface, and the interface goes goes USB into your computer.
Oh, okay.
And then the signal from the guitar goes through this thing, and then the software changes the way that the guitar sounds. And it's called like an amp emulator.
Okay.
So it's just it's emulating
that
the
name
sound
definitely
of the amps.
makes sense.
It's really crazy. I used to have a recording studio in my house quite a while ago, and I recorded like some albums with my band. And at that time, they had sort of similar type of software where you could emulate sounds and things like that, but it was garbage. It never worked very well. You could tell it was fake. But the technology has come a long way now in the last 10 years, and I have a hard time telling the difference between a real amp and how good this software sounds. It's really, really cool. And one of the amps in there is one of the amps that I used to have, and I'm very familiar.
Solano.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with it.
I see that on the screen a lot.
Yeah. I'm really familiar with it and how it behaves, and I'm just like blown away how good the software has gotten. It's really cool technology. So I would like to play music. I would like to play with a band, but it can be hard to find people that have time that latches up with your time, and then find like the
people with the same musical interests as you. I
Yeah.
mean, it's the same as if you were in America.
Yeah.
But I
Absolutely.
feel like it's easier to find those cliques in America if you really want it.
Well, it would be easier because I would have grown up with a lot of people I grew up with. You know what I mean? Like when you're a teenager and stuff, you're playing music and things, and you've got friends and stuff that have similar musical interests. I would still be in that network of people.
Yeah.
But here, my network of people that I know is like people that make videos and stuff. Like it's not musical people. It's just because that's the different like
I'm not
place
musical?
that I fell. Well, you.
I courted it. I can court it. I'm not musical.
So yeah, it's just difficult to find that pocket. And I think that if I went to more shows, I could probably make friends.
Yeah.
And that's the advice.
But that's a costly way to make friends.
I have a friend that is American, but he's lived here in Japan for, I don't know, how long has Brian been here? 20 years or something?
Yeah.
And he is pretty deep in the underground punk scene here. Like he knows everybody in it, like countrywide, and they all know him, and he knows all these different bands and stuff. And he was just like, look, if you want to get involved in the scene, you just got to go to shows and meet people. And like, I mean, he's right. I totally understand that. But then I also think about that's like a lot. That's an expensive cliff to jump off of. But
That lady that just walked by looked like Gromit.
she had a big smile.
Yeah.
Who's Gromit?
Gromit is I don't know if that's the dog or the guy's name. It's a British cartoon that's claymation.
Oh,
when
the cheese.
When we went to Wensleydale's.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was shining. Yeah, her teeth were rounded.
Did she look like
his.
the dog, or did she look like a
She
guy?
looked like the guy.
Which one's name is Gromit?
Wallace. There's Wallace and Gromit, and I don't know.
Gromit's the dog.
Okay, she looks
I
like
think
Wallace. My
Wallace
bad.
is the
I
person?
feel
Is
really
that
bad.
right? Is
I
that-
didn't mean to insult her. The police are here. Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, that is strange. They're talking to a person that's just sitting.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
the police are here. We're gonna try to look not like we're doing anything bad over here. I'm not trying to get in trouble.
They're not going to talk to
Yeah.
us. They never talk to us. That's something sometimes you meet foreigners here and they're like, oh, the police always bother me. I've never once been bothered by the police. Never, ever. Not once. Have you? Like just been stopped and asked something, like
No.
bothered because you're a foreigner?
Only because of Journey, but we were
You were up to
calling.
some weird
We
stuff.
were up to some weird stuff.
Yeah,
so.
and so I take it back because one time this is a story I always tell when I first moved here. I dropped 500 yen, which is like $5, under a vending machine in a park at nighttime. And I was like under there trying to get it, and the cops just happened to drive by and they were like, "What are you doing?" And
Yeah,
it's like
if you look
500 yen.
weird-
That's a lot of money.
If you look suspicious, they might talk to you, but yeah, for the most part, we never get bugged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
know.
different for other foreign ethnicities, though.
Yes, it is
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah. If you're Southeast Asian or something, we see them
You
get
won't have
harassed some more by the police than we do.
Yeah.
Did you have any? We only have 2 minutes, so I don't want to jump off. The
Did you
cliff
have
with
another question?
Do it.
No.
Do you
Okay.
have a question?
Oh, what are you looking forward to for the summer?
What am I looking forward to for the summer?
This girl's got her boyfriend, the pigeon. Hato.
Hatofuru. What am I looking forward for the summer? I'm kind of just looking forward to being in a new neighborhood with a new season coming.
Yeah, that's true. I'm looking forward to dresses
Wearing dresses.
and feeling the heat on my arms that is like actually coming from the sun.
Oh, okay.
I think I
Are you
really
gonna go dress
yeah.
shopping?
No, I have dresses.
You have like one dress.
I have like one dress, and that's the dress that
We
I'm
should go
thinking
dress
of.
shopping. I like your dresses.
Okay. I'm very excited to wear my one dress and all the other dresses that I will buy, and just feel warm. Like feel warmth. I guess I'm tired of the winter. I don't feel tired of it. I could continue down this road, but I'm excited about the warmth. And we're also gonna have Hanabi in our neighborhood, which will be fun.
Which is the fireworks festival. Actually, over this river, they shoot off the fireworks, and we'll be able to see them from our balcony.
Yeah, it's gonna be
it's gonna be
stupid.
intense.
It goes on for an hour and a half. Are you ready for this? We're gonna
sound
have
like a
like
war outside the
PTSD after
window.
this.
And like hundreds of thousands of
Sleep.
people come to the neighborhood for it. I think it's the biggest festival in the country.
600,000.
Are you serious?
600,000 people come to our neighborhood for this.
This is
It
gonna,
is going to be crazy.
That's in
It's gonna
July,
be,
right?
We're going to be in the opposite of a bomb shelter. We're going to be in the up shelter. Like sheltered from the people below.
You better get ready.
Oh, it's time to go.